Greetings and salutations! Welcome to episode 2 of our YouTube FC save. It's kind of episode 1, but episode 1 was the intro. Hope you all enjoyed it. It was something a bit different. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's quite funny, if I do say so myself. Lovely cameo from my girlfriend, playing the role of Josie Sakinio. Fantastic. Right, so let's get straight into this. So, the save, basically, it's the Creator Club mode. I did it in the beta with my Motherford Town save. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of good feedback. You guys really enjoyed it. So I thought I'm going to do that again. So, the premise is that, like Google, as part of their takeover of the world, have decided to buy a small football club and bring it to the top. So, it's actually Southport FC that we've taken over. I haven't messed with any finances or anything else. I want to do it properly. I don't want to just have a load of money thrown at it. So, we're just going to go from the conference, hopefully all the way to the Premiership. This is going to be a really long-term save. We'll jump straight into the transfers shortly. We'll have a look at what the actual board require of us this season. So in the Vanarama, we need to get to avoid relegation. Okay? FA Cup, first round. Trophy, third round. Not too bad. We've got a pretty decent squad. We've made a few signings. We've got no money. I think we got 158 grand in the bank. I did a couple of good friendlies just to try and bring in some money. The friendlies we played, Everton, lost 5-1. Yeah, Leicester. They were the sort of two big sort of money makers that we sort of bought some money in for. So that's not too bad. We had a couple of wins. We drew 1-1 with Skelmersdale, which is not ideal, but yeah. Moving on swiftly. Right, let's have a look at the transfers. So we've sold no one and we've bought in 6 players, all on a free 1 loan. So let's have a look at them. So first up, we've got Austin Lipman, who actually I really like this kid. Found him as a youngster. Can play up front or behind. We'll go through the tactic after shortly. I'm going to work on his pace. Am I doing that now? Or should I do it now? Yes, we're working on his pace. But he's actually, for a conference player, he is pretty decent. 19 years old. Scouts really rate him. He's going to be a good player. Got him on a free from VCD, who are down below us in the leagues. I think he's going to be a star player for us. Next up, we've got Julian Serrano. He's pretty shit. It's kind of just cover. Fill in for the rest of the team. He played defensive midfield as an anchorman and central midfield. Nothing much there, but he's just a sort of squad player, really. Next up, we've got Ben Marlowe, who's another youngster. I do like buying the young talent and really sort of pushing them on and stuff. So he's a central midfielder. He's a decent physicals, which is really important at this level. Physicals are sort of, if you can run about a lot for a long time, you should be right in the conference. Another decent player with a decent potential ability. He's not on any money. Well happy with that signing. Next we've got Dejuan Taylor Crossdale. Really, this is my really good player. I think that along with the other Lipman, I think these two guys will provide a ton of potential going forward. Unfortunately, he's got a knock, so he's a bit of a dead leg. So he's out for a day. So he's going to miss the first game of the season. But I really like, he's got really good mentals. He's got decent pace. Going to work on his finishing and first touch and stuff like that. But a really decent player. He's a good teamwork. He works great, works hard. Bit of flair to him. I think he can have a really good season for us. We picked him up from Reading. He was released at the end of last season. Next up, we have Kieran Bywater from Bishop Stortford. This is a right winger. Another 19-year-old. Really good player. Decent amount of pace. Decent going forward. Finishing's 13. So he could play as an inside forward. You could retrain him, I think, as well. He probably plays best. Yeah, so winger, inside forward. Both roles really suit him. I think he's a really good player. Really happy with him. And lastly, we've got Ben Jefford on loan from Welling. This was literally, I just needed somebody on no wages to be my backup left back. Pretty much. I won't tell him that. I'll tell him he's got a load of potential and he'll get some games. But no. So the tactic we'll be using is one that I've used a little bit in a couple of other saves. I totally forgot because I mixed them all up. But it's very attacking. It's kind of a we're going to try and score more goals than you sort of tactic. It's sort of very structured. I've gone two ways. I've got two tactics here. So this first one I'm gonna start with is basically telling the guys it's a very highly structured tactic. So what we're saying to them is, look, you've not got the intelligence enough to let you do your own thing. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna stick to that job and do nothing else because you're too stupid as a footballer, pretty much. And then sort of play a sort of standard formation. We've got a few tactics on there. It's a bit more, bit direct. We play out defence. I kind of always like play out defence, even at lower leagues. I'm going to try it, see how many fuck ups they make trying to play short passes out defence. But I do like to sort of start off with that. We're going to keep the ball. I think it'll do well. It's worked well in one of my other saves, so I'm going to start with that. Next up, we have the 4-5-1. It's a little bit more. I wouldn't say actually it's not more defensive really, because although we've got a defensive anchor man, the whole point of this formation is to have your two complete wing backs. Totally forgot the name of them then. Really attacking players. So they are going to be whizzing up the wings. You've got your two wings as inside forward, so they're going to cut in, almost provide a three up front. I really want to try complete forward, but I don't know if it's something that everybody knew or something, but there's no players like that in lower leagues can play complete forward. There's just no one. I'll show you. Right. Here we go. I don't mean that one, do I? I mean, I want somebody, anybody that can play as a complete forward. No, there's no one in the world that will come to me that I've scouted, obviously, with my 1% knowledge. Okay, no one in the UK that's going to come to me that's a complete forward. Even if you take off the filters and say unrealistic targets, there's only 55 players that can actually play that role. So it's quite weird, but I wanted to try it, so I'm going to try it because it just suits the situation better, I think, to have these three on support. Because if we have everybody to attack in, we're just going to be piling up in the box. So I want all three to sort of mix and match, maybe probably sort of get the same amount of goals in the season. But this is going to be our backup tactic. So then we have the anchor man there that's basically, once those wing backs charge forward, he's going to fill in the gaps, he's going to drop to make that back three. That's the sort of plan. But I think we're going to go with a 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2 formation to begin with. They're much more competent with the tactic itself. They've been working on it in pre-season. Just the sort of closing down. Apparently the closing down was too confusing for them. And that's about it. So we'll have a look at the squad. So our best player is 38-year-old Gary Jones. Now, ignore the pace. He's not the quickest. I think I might be able to have him over 10 yards. But for a conference pair, those mentals are just ridiculous. He's going to be our leader. He's a ball-winning midfielder. He's going to just destroy people for fun, break up play and get the ball forward. He is an absolute beast of a player. He's our highest paid player. He was already there, I think, when we joined. Absolutely delighted with him sort of basically running the central midfield. In goal, we've got Andy Coughlin. Decent goalkeeper. Nothing too spectacular. His rushing out's a bit of an issue, but his one-on-ones are good. He's got a good distribution. He's got a good aerial reach. He's 6'3", 22 years old, so he's definitely going to improve. We've got Andre Jones at right back. Another decent all-rounder, really. There's no sort of big weaknesses. There's no massive strengths in his game, but he's a decent all-rounder. Again, another youngster, 23 years old. You'll see this is a theme in our team. Next up, we've got Josh Thompson, who's probably our best centre-back. 10 pace is okay at this level. He's got a good jump and header on him, so he's going to be winning those balls. Dwells on the ball, I don't really like, but, you know, it's the conference. You have to deal with these shit. And interestingly, we had 3 players that were with us that could all play centre-back, defensive midfield, and midfield centre. Liam Nolan, So we're going to sort of try these players out in various different positions, really, to find where they're sort of suitable. And then we've got Andrew Wright, who actually I'm going to start for the first game, I think, instead of Liam Nolan. And also Luke Foster. So it's quite a weird one to have these sort of 3 players that can play all those 3 positions. So that'll be a fun time trying to work out where they best should play. So Will Beasley is our left back. He's not that great going forward, sadly. So it doesn't suit our second tactic quite as much. Both tactics have attacking fullbacks. I would say that in this version of Football Manager, you attacking fullbacks just seem to do so well, get so many assists, get such high rating. Like, you know, in my other save, like a private save I've got going on, which is shit. Who am I managing? Oh, Colchester in League One. Both my centre backs over the course of a season were averaging 8. So that just shows, you know, if you've got decent attacking fullbacks. So we're going to have to make do with what we've got this season, but then we're going to try and get some more attacking players in beginning of next season. And then we have Gary Jones, we've already mentioned, and then Adam Blackman, who's learning from Gary Jones. He's alright, I guess. That's the best I could do with him. Obviously, Bywater, we've been through our new signing, hoping he's going to have a good season. Got Courtney Cameron, another winger, decent amount of pace. He can play both sides. Happy with him. Then we've got obviously Austin Lippman, who we've been through. Andy Bishop's going to play up front the first game. He's pretty dreadful. He'll be gone as soon as I can make him go. We've got Challoner as our backup right back. He's actually pretty decent, so I think he'll definitely get some game time. Next up, we've got Charlie Joyce, who's good. Physical stats, that's pretty much it. He works hard and good teamwork, but the rest is really, really lacking. But he'll be basically our backup ball-winning midfielder for the old man. Next up, we've got Paul Rutherford. Actually, sort of not too bad, really. He's 28 years old, so he's in his prime. Plays both sides. He's a decent backup. His crossing's pretty dreadful. But decent amount of pace and acceleration, which is nice, so they should get him out of a bit of trouble. Next up, we've got Jamie Allen. This is one of our sort of good youth prospects. Really versatile player, can play anywhere up front or midfield. Good physicals, just needs a ton of work on his the rest of it, pretty much. But he's got some potential. He's only 20 years old. He'll definitely get some game time. Next up, we've got Lewis Almond. He's a bit nutty. He just runs really fast. Okay, good. Right, next up we have Desran Tom Taylor Costello we've been through. We've got Ben Marlowe, who I quite like. I got him on a non-contract, so we only pay him when he plays. But I think he's a pretty decent prospect, actually. He's got really good physicals. I'm hoping to sort of give him a better contract soon, especially sort of halfway through the season, depending on how he does. We've got Ben Jefford, who we showed you on loan, because he can cover both fullback positions. Serrano, we've been through. We've also got Mike Phoenix on loan. He's okay. He's got decent physicals. Remember, physicals are really important at this level. And John Viscosi, who's our backup goalkeeper, who hopefully we'll never see. Under 21s, there's no real prospects. There's just no real prospects. There's no more to that, really. Under 18s, not a Scooby-Doo. Right. So a transfer budget of, we've still got 10 grand. Wage budget is 10,000. We're spending all of that. There's a couple of really high players, like the 38-year-old. He's on 800 quid a week, which for conference is kind of ridiculous. But I'm happy to pay that for a season, because he's going to be so influential if he stays fit and if he can last out a game. We are only semi-professional, so that's going to be one of our first goals. Is to about half the league is professional, half of them are semi-professional. I just decided to take on one that was semi-professional, because that, you know, it's an extra achievement to get them to go professional. These are the kits that I designed for our team. So we've obviously got the YouTube home colours with the little badge there, cheeky little badge, and the away kit. I didn't know what colour I'd make them, so I just made them that nice blue, because why not? Right, anything else to go through? So finances, 150 grand in the bank, lovely jubbly. Staff decent. What I do like to do, one little tip, when you're making your manager, if you're starting off in the lower leagues, one of the good things you can do is to make yourself a really good fitness coach, because fitness is just massively important, especially part-time. You're not going to get the game time. So I use the suggested coaching badges and stuff to make myself like the right level for this team. But basically made myself a fitness coach, so I can do both fitness coaches, 3 stars, lovely jubbly. Players will love that. It will keep them a bit fitter, all that sort of stuff. We are currently working on match tactics just to get them more suited to all the stuff we're doing. We've got 1 scout, Rory Campbell, with judging player ability and potential both 10. It's okay, it's pretty decent at this level. 1 physio. It's pretty actually all good. The training's pretty good. The facilities are both basic, as you'd expect. We've got a stadium capacity of 6,000, but only 1,600 seated. And our rent is 10% of our gate receipts. And I've decided to move. I moved the entire club, kind of MK Don style, so I'll probably be hated, but it's, you know, it's basically, it's supposed to be Create a Club, but it's not really, is it? It's Takeover. But let's pretend it's Create a Club because it has no history, so it is a new club. And we've put ourselves in Cowes on the Isle of Wight, because I thought I just envisioned like 30 years down the line of having like a 70,000 seater stadium on Cowes. And imagine trying to get people to the game. We'll have to build a land bridge or something to the Isle of Wight. So I thought that, you know, just be funny. Alright, I think we're about ready to go. Anything else? Any more for any more? Any more for any more? No, let's just get fucking into it. So we're expected to try and battle against relegation. So I'm hoping, in my own estimates, mid-table is what I'm going for. I don't know why the icon stretched there. My YouTube, my badge. I don't know why that's doing that, but at least it makes it easier to spot in the list. That's what I'm going for. I meant that, yeah. Meant that. Right, so as you can see, we're part-time, so match sharpness is pretty shit. So there's going to be plenty of subs and stuff. So let's just get into it. Shall we? Playing Eastleigh. No idea how good they are. Everybody's unfit. Perfect start. So he's going for an Eastleigh result today, but it's going to be tight. So they're playing a slightly different formation to me. Going very defensive. We're going all balls to the wall, attacking. Even our fullbacks are on attack, so yeah. We've got a assistant manager that's not confident enough to give tactical advice. Right, come on, boys. Go out there and impress me, right? And I'm going to go for like a calm, I've got faith. Early doors. I have faith until you show me how shit you are, and then I'll destroy you one by one. That's kind of what I go for. Make sure we've got all our tactics is key. Take the match feed settings. Make sure, because we don't want any of this shit, because they just spout bollocks so much of the time. Don't need a miss penalty. Substitutions. That's it. And let's do this, boys. Good luck, everyone. Let's fuck them up. This is, like I said, it's going to be a long-term save. So, and I'm hoping, like, especially let me know if you guys enjoyed our little sort of my intro video in the last episode. Go on. Oh, Cameron! 1 minute. Courtney Cameron fires one into the bottom right-hand corner, and it's 1-0. Get in there. Totally put me off what I was going to say. Look at that lovely stadium. I have this. I'm not going to go through the whole computer thing again, but just to give you an update on the computer situation. As many of you know, I can't even remember. It's almost a month ago now. I ordered a new computer. That had problems and has had to go back. I am sticking with PC Specialist. I talked to one of their big bosses basically, because I said I wanted to cancel. Oh, it's 2-0! Bywater! Get in there! It's my sign-in as well. Yeah, so basically what happened was that it had to go back. I've had issues with the delivery company, blah, blah, blah. And then it's come back again and it's still not fixed. So I phoned up to cancel. So they spoke. He says that he'll call me back. And then I got a call from one of the big bosses of PC Specialist who was angry. Not me, but just angry at the whole fucking situation, how badly it's been dealt with. I told him I wanted to cancel. And we sort of talked it over. So he made a few promises. With the delivery company, because that's basically been one of the major roots of the problems with the delivery company, and also I made a couple of changes to the system. So now the neon lights, because there's a window, so there's some lights inside that were green, I've now changed to blue, and the reason for that is I didn't realise that the power button is blue. So that my OCD really hated the fact that it was green lights with a blue light, and so that's been changed to blue. And also, I'm having a liquid cooling system for the processor. So instead of this fucking massive radiator heat fan thing, cooler with a big rad on the side and a fan, it was huge. It took up half of my box. We're now having a liquid cooled system with the radiator on the top and stuff, and it's all going to be great and stuff like that. So they were really good, and you know, I said, you know, this is last chance saloon. The computer's being completely rebuilt from the ground up with all new parts. They are, yeah. So I was happy to give them that one last chance. Right, let's go again. Stick with the same team. So yeah, so that's why my original point. That's why there's no crowd, because I'm still using my old computer. So the quality is not quite so good, but it's going to get a ton better. Hopefully it'll be after Christmas now, obviously, but a couple of weeks time we should get the new computer and it'll be all glorious and everything, and we can turn everything up to max, turn it up to 11. Alright, what a start to the game, boys. Not the Game Boy, the game boys. Alright, Cook picks it up for, is it Eastleigh? Marrowbone, Reason, Max Payne, that's a great ball, Constable, was that James? Yes, knowledge bombs, that's what I drop, that's why you're all watching, because I know names of random players. That's a great ball though, that is. Back post, keeper's like backwards walking. Okay, come on, we can't just lose that 2-0 start. That'd be really annoying if we draw or lose this game. Gonna have to make some subs. Players are going to get knackered. Remember, we are only semi-professional, playing against a lot of professional teams, so every win's going to be vital. Oh, he's just ripped apart the offside trap. Oh, and he's fluffed it completely. Keeper did him with the eyes. Oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to kill your family. He's like, alright, I'll put it wide. Alright, let's have some cheeky subs. Who's playing shit? My right back is playing shit, and I also want to give Challenger some game time, and he needs to build up his match sharpness. And we're going to go for Rutherford. Oh no, we're going to go for Jamie Allen. On for Lippman. He's had a pretty poor debut, to be honest, but he's only a youngster. He's going to take some time to settle. Come on. It'd be nice to get a third. We were playing much better, but I don't know if Eastleigh have changed something. Corner. Jones. No, just don't break. Just don't break. Please don't break. We can win this. Yes, Challenger. That'll do. Gary Jones, the old man. He seems to have lasted the game quite well, though, Gary Jones, which I'm really pleased with. I was worried that I was going to have to sub him off after like 60 minutes every game, because he's so fucking old. Play it. Hit it. Oh, Jesus, Cameron. That clearance. Let's do the old calm concentrate. I was really pleased that we hit 200 subscribers. I can't quite believe it, guys, to be honest. I'm amazed that we've hit 200 subscribers. I've only been doing this a month. So thank you so much for, you know, just subscribing and watching my videos, and the comments have been brilliant. It's so nice to get comments, because it's great seeing a number that goes, oh, you just got 1 extra subscriber today. What's a great win that is, boys. It's so nice to see that, you know, those numbers go up and the views are like going up and stuff like that. But when, you know, getting the comments is just brilliant, because then I can have a chat with you guys and get to know you a bit and see what games you're playing. Blackman got the man of the match. He's probably my weakest player in the team. Well done, son. That's a massive win to start the season, though. That is absolutely massive. Yeah, so massive thank you for everyone that's supported me. It's been absolutely superb. Right. I think we'll finish the first episode there. Normally, most episodes will be a double match episode. But obviously I was waffling loads at the beginning, so we just got the one game. There might be some transfers. We haven't really got the wages. Maybe a loan, if I can find a decent loan just to fill out the squad a little bit more, maybe. But we'll see. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That'd be amazing. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the save. And watch episode 1, because it took me ages to make. Me and my girlfriend, I wrote a little script. Just got the giggles. I've never recorded a video like that before, and we just got the giggles. Just so much. Just couldn't speak. I had to I had to sellotape my script. That's the word I'm looking for. I had to sellotape my script to my girlfriend's chest so I could read it while she was talking. She held it, but it was too high, and then it just looked. It was funny to make. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna do lots more of that sort of stuff, just in between episodes, or like little clips in the middle of an episode and stuff like that. So let me know if you enjoyed it, because they take a bit of time to do, so I want to make sure they're worth it and you guys are enjoying it. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.